Kechi Okwuchi was one of only 2 survivors of a major plane crash in her native Nigeria. 110 people didn't make it. She and one other were the only survivors. But she didn't let extensive burns and problems with over 100 operations stop her from pursuing her dreams, which included earning an MBA and a triumphant appearance on America's Got Talent. She recently released her first album and an inspiring memoir called More Than My Scars. Please welcome back to the show, Kechi Okwuchi. Kechi, great having you here.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back.
Oh, happy to be back.
You have been a busy young lady since you were with us before.
Yeah, I've been busy. I've been going around a lot, yeah, for sure.
Are you mostly doing concert work and singing, or?
Yeah, so it's a lot of singing, a lot of performing, and a lot of speaking as well, a lot of speaking.
Are people just blown away by your story? Because, I mean, when I first heard it, you were with us before. Yeah. I mean, it's a remarkable miracle that you survived that plane crash.
Yeah, it is, yeah. People are definitely very inspired by it. I try my best to talk about it as honestly as possible so people can see through my life that there is indeed life after trauma, and that life can be pretty amazing. So that's usually the message I try to put out there, and so far, you know, it's been received pretty well, I would say.
Have you ever had contact with the other person who survived that crash?
Oh, yes. She's a very good friend of mine right now. Yeah,
Really?
I didn't know her prior, but
Yeah.
now we talk pretty often. She's still in Nigeria. She has a family now, kids and everything. But yeah, we stay in touch pretty frequently.
And how long after that before you could get on an airplane and go somewhere?
Matter of fact, I went on a plane almost like a few months right after it happened, but I was not very aware of that particular trip because I was mostly passed out for it, you know, but I had to leave Nigeria where the accident happened to be treated at a place that had the hospital care, medical care, you know, and so I had to get on a plane almost like immediately, honestly, which is, I guess, ironic, but yeah, I've been flying ever since, honestly.
Because, I mean, obviously to do your career, to go sing and to do all these speaking engagements all over the world, you have to fly.
Exactly.
Are you nervous?
In the beginning, first few years, I used to have this like reaction, like reflex reaction to like when the plane's about to maybe like touch down on the ground, and I couldn't control it. But it was just a few seconds of nerves, so it wasn't enough to stop me from actually traveling. I felt like it was just a small little issue. And as time passed, it stopped being an issue. So I travel pretty normally now with no issues, so I thank God for that.
You know, I know people that have never been in a plane crash, and they're scared to death to get on an airplane every time they get on. And that's just because they don't want to go through the TSA hustle.
Oh, I see.
They don't even care about the flying. They just don't want to have somebody put their hands all over them.
Yeah, it's definitely invasive, I'm not going to lie.
When your book came out, you were able to tell your story in a way that you had not been able to before.
Correct.
I'm sure it's having an impact on a lot of people who look at their own lives and say, you know, I've had some problems, but I've never been through something that like Kechi's been through.
True.
You have that when people come up to you after you've spoken?
Yes, all the time, all the time. People always feel like if it were them in that situation, they would react differently, they would take it in differently. But you know, you never really know until you're in the situation how you can handle it, I always say. So who's to say how they would handle it, you know? I'm just grateful that I had the kind of support system that I had because they're a big reason why I was able to come through what happened the way that I did. You know, so.
Well, I'm glad you did, Kechi, because it's a wonderful story. You have a magnificent voice that was not impacted by the airplane crash.
Yes.
And we're just excited that you're back and you're going to sing for us.
Yes, I am. I'm very excited.
We are too. All right, Keith, tell the viewers at home how they can learn more about Kechi and her inspirational music and performances.
Now, to follow Kechi on social media and to get her debut album and her inspiring new book, just go to Huckabee.tv. Now, performing Since You Came Along with Trey Corley of the Music City Connection and Mike on bass, here's Kechi Okwuchi.
So many rainy days pouring through my head. The forecast doesn't seem to be changing. Misery always seems to find me. now that I found you. Since you came along, I can feel my heart grow stronger. Life is brighter, I can smile, 'cause my fears have disappeared. Loving is what you do best. I plan to love you for the rest. Life is better, I've grown strong. All is right that once was wrong. Since you came along, looking in the past, we all have regrets. But with you, I can clearly see the future. And it's all about you and me. Where we live happily ever after. 'Cause now that I met you, it turned me around. I was lost and lonely, but now I am found. Now that I found you. Since you came along, I can feel my heart grow stronger. Life is brighter, I can smile, 'cause my fears have disappeared. Loving is what you do best. I plan to love you for the rest. Life is better, I've grown strong. All is right that once was wrong. Since you came along, came along. It grows stronger, life is brighter, I can smile, 'cause my fears have disappeared. Loving is what you do best. I plan to love you for the rest. Life is better, I've grown strong. All is right that once was wrong. Since you came along, you came along. Since you came along. Thank you so much.
I don't know how busy you are, but since you're clearly slacking off watching YouTube videos, you probably got the time to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell and the like button. That way you get updates on new videos.